don't know where that came from. Hi guys! Welcome back to Layla'sLight. And today, you read the title, I'm sharing to you the horrifying real stories of Disney princesses. As you all know, they're based off these two lovely looking fellows. It's gonna take me forever to edit, honestly, my voice. I've been waiting to film all day because I'm so pumped. I had a book idea. It's called Strange History. I filmed it, and then I didn't edit it. It was taking my phone space, so I deleted it thinking I edited it. I didn't edit it, so I decided to do a new book thing. But, on to the video. Today, I'm showing you the horrifying truth of Disney princesses, the real story. This is the Grimm brothers difference, but this gentleman wrote Little Mermaid, Hans Christian Andersen. Yes. I have the book right here. So it has the 12 dancing princesses, like Barbie. Y'all know that movie? The Golden Bird, probably don't know that. 3 Spinning Fairies, don't know that either. 3 Children. Frog Prince, this is the Tiana, based off Tiana. 6 Swans, Briar Rose, Rumpelstiltskin. Sounds like a dance. The Brentown Musicians, The Salad, Rapunzel, which is honestly really, really horrifying. Horrifinger than her in the Moonstone. And we got the Raven, the Cinderella, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. You get the point, but I'm going to start with the first story, which is 12 Dancing Princesses. And already it starts off to a weird tone. Like, I haven't read this in a while. Hi, Harm. My little sister's down here. She's not allowed to join the video. Okay, good. So, it's basically about princesses that want to dance, but are not or dancing in their sleep, like, and their shoes were always worn. The king's trying to find out how their shoes are worn. But then, he has sent a proclamation to try to say, whoever can figure out what did their dancing that night, where the princesses did dancing, they should choose a princess to marry. But if and should reign after his death. But whoever presented himself and failed to make a discovery after 3 days and nights was to forfeit his life. No, a prince soon came after this. Like, after this, you can just imagine, like, I'm gonna be a king. La, la, la. And then you come, you try to figure out what happened, and then I did not figure out what happened. Off with his head! Like, honestly, if I was that person, like, if I was a prince and, like, I'm gonna marry your princess, I'd be like, I don't want to die. I know I ain't figuring that out.
I do not like the real story of Cinderella.
Oh, wait till I get to Cinderella. That's a juicy one.
It's so weird.
Rapunzel's also really weird, though. I read the Snow White story, and it was horrifying.
I almost threw up.
The princesses gave him a sleeping potion so they wouldn't figure it out, knowing that he died if they didn't figure it out. What kind of person is that desperate to not figure out where they dance to poison someone in sleep and get their head chopped off? He fell asleep. When he woke up in the morning, all the 12 princesses had to dance holes in their shoes. Like, who dances that much? Like, I'm dancing with these new shoes on. Oh no, I danced too hard. My soles are worn. I'm wearing a...
Like you.
Let me just find...
You walk.
The second and third and many other... It said after many days he could not figure out. And then his head was cut off. Can you imagine saying, oh, go find a princess. Do the princess child. Try to figure out where they dance. And do it. And like... Before I would be like... I was not involved in anything. That was all an illusion. But in the same result, the prince was granted no mercy, and his head was cut off. But eventually, a wounded soldier came and figured it out because he was too smart for the princesses. Like a billion princes came. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I want to do something creepy. Let's do Cinderella.
You're not gonna like Cinderella.
Snore. Cinderella, 153. I'm going to skip to the end of the story, but 153, 182, 71, 63, 55.
If you have a 4,
No fairy godmother, people. There was nobody. There was just, her mother's death. Her father is alive in this and still lets her be a maid. And yet, she goes to her mother's grave, sings, ha, 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 ha. And it just, birds fly down and give her golden dresses to go 3 nights dancing until the prince comes to find it. Let me just skip to that part. And her mother's will tree and help pick lentils out of the thing to go to the party, but they wouldn't let her.
If you have a 4-year-old next to you, just
shush! I'm filming! Is that hard to understand?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Craft area.
Okay, look. See, the next morning he went. Her mother, so they could. The 2 sisters were delighted at that, for they both had beautiful feet. The eldest went into the room, intending to try on the slipper. Her mother stood beside her, but her great toe prevented her from putting the shoe on. The mother, being evil as she was, her mother stood beside her, but great toe, her foot was too long. The mother handed her a knife and said, cut your big toe off because you won't need it when you're queen because you won't be walking. What person? What mother? These Grimms obviously did not know children, and this would horrify me as a child. I'm ruining all childhood right now with this book.
Yep.
The Grimms don't like children. I just came to that conclusion. But Dove sang to him and said, when he was riding away with her, because the shoe fit when she cut her toe off, but he said, Prince, look back. Prince, look back. There's blood on the track. The shoe is too small. At home, the true bride is waiting by call. Let me just set you down. Imagine, just the mother. You don't need your foot to walk. Here's a knife. Cut off your big toe. It will be fine. You won't bleed out or nothing. And then the birds sing, Prince, look back. There's blood on the road. She cut off her toe. Would that not seem horrifyingly disgusting as the prince to know a girl cut off her toe so she could be your queen? Is that no notion?
There's actually a movie about this.
I know.
I watched it before. It's so weird.
But then, the second sister tried it, but her heel was too big. Then her mother handed her again a knife and said, cut a bit of your heel. When you are queen, you won't have to walk anymore. Maiden cut off her heel. Cut it clean off. Just, I don't want you to walk. Just slice right off. And forced. I still had to force her foot in to the shoe. And then the bird said, Prince, look back. There's blood on the track. The shoe is so small. The home bride is waiting to call. Don't worry, this gets way more gruesome after this. Imagine. You know what? I'm not going to listen to myself. Like, the blood's going to drip everywhere like last time. Here, cut your heel off. Just cut your heel off. Cut it off. You're fine. Look, what sane person's just like, here's a knife. Cut your heel off. I got some energy today, guys.
Yeah, she does.
I beat my sister out in the life today. So,
Just finished.
when he went back, he finally found Cinderella, yada, yada, yada. When the wedding came to take place of Cinderella, seeing the two false sisters came and wanted to curry favor with her and take part in her good fortune. As the bridal party was going to the church, hard.
Okay, I'll stop.
Going to the church, the elder was on the right side, the young girl on the left, and doves picked out one of the eyes of each of them. Afterwards, they came out of the church. Okay. So, I'm just going to say more once. So, they were going to the church, la-la-ya, and then, bam! Bird picks out one of their eyes. They each only have one eye left. And yet they still decide to go to the church and celebrate. With the pain of getting your eye poked out by a beak. Then, after they come out, a second bird picks out both their eyes and they're both blind permanently. The sisters were punished and could not see for the rest of their lives. What punishment is getting your eyes picked out? What person would write that happening to the person that's bad? This is Cinderella.
No.
Oh, getting ready for the Rapunzel?
Yes.
Let me just... I don't need to read the Snow White one. I already know what happens. I've read it so many times. But in the Snow White one, the mother just doesn't want her heart on the platter. She wants to eat it, so she'll be fair. The mother wants her to cut out the heart, take it, of Snow White, and then just... delicious. But she actually eats a boar heart. She wants to cook the heart and eat it. She's a cannibal! She thought she was eating a human heart. I'm grossing myself physically with this one. Now, when we go to Rapunzel, so I don't even need the book anymore. I remember all this stuff. Like, so, the mother who's pregnant for the first time in her life, could never get pregnant, yada 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 yada, physically told her husband to steal from the witch, pick the things, and radishes and eat them. He kept doing this until the witch caught him and said, if you want to keep taking these, you have to give your firstborn, your daughter. What'd he do? Oh, radishes are important for my wife's health. I'm going to sacrifice my daughter for simple radishes. Then what did he do? He was mad when she took her into a tower. Let her go along. She had no magical powers. They were just commoners stealing. Wow, they really changed that story up, didn't they? Well, 18 years later, a prince, not a thief, a prince comes by, sees her in the tower. Oh no, I gotta save you. They start hanging out more and more. But then the mom finds out, the witch, who she thought was her mother, but really doesn't, found out, punished her, cut all her hair off, kicked her out of the tower to wander forever. When the prince came by, she used the hair to lure him up and then threw him out of the tower into a bunch of needles, poked his eyes out. Poked his eyes out and he was wandering forever blindly for food and surviving. After years, Rapunzel finally found him and cried into his eyeballs and his eyes returned. Kind of got the healing powers in there, but they really changed it for Disney.
Yeah, because they're for child.
Yeah, true. But Rumpelstiltskin has kind of the same storyline. He's like, I can give you a wish to be queen and marry him and have a child, but your firstborn child will belong to me. And then when the time comes to give her a firstborn, he's like, give me the firstborn. She's like, no. And she's like, okay, if you can guess my name in 3 days, you can do it. She guesses all the common names. She keeps guessing. But I'm like, who gives up their firstborn to be queen? I know you want to be queen, but are you not thinking in the moment? Girl, you're driving me insane. My jaw hurts from that. Then, you know what happens? Some random dude's like, oh, I heard this name called Rumpelstiltskin dancing by the fire to give the firstborn a treat. Maybe that. And she's like, oh, I know it. And he's like, then it came Rumpelstiltskin, and he's like, no, and splits himself in half on accident by raging too hard. Every time I'm messed up, I'm just gonna say, Sleeping Beauty, the thorns killed people when it grew over her thing. Let me just go to Sleeping Beauty. I forget Sleeping Beauty. One story in here turns witches into goats, and then he keeps one of the goats but kills the witch. I need to sit down. My legs are hurting. Wow, the camera's really far from me. Like Briar Rose, which is 100. So, she doesn't know about her curse. And they burned all the spindles trying to protect her. But it's also a death curse. But they up to 2 is sleeping curse. But she found a spinning needle, tried it, and pricked her finger. But around the castle, Briar Rose began to grew after her. And they all collapsed sleeping when the king came back, told her to be safe. And forced his way through, and the vines killed him. I forgot. Okay. Skip Briar Rose. Forget all about Briar Rose. In the Snow White, what they did to the queen, it was her wedding. She found out, she was like, oh, Snow White's dead. Didn't know the prince saved her. Was like, oh, I'm gonna go to this wedding. And then realized it's her, and Snow White knows she's coming, and then she realizes it's her, and then they force her to wear iron hot boots and dance till she's dead. Just dance till she's dead. Think about it. These are gruesome punishments. These stories are not meant for children at all. No. Like, put her in iron boots, put hot boots, dance till you're dead. What? Burn your feet off, I guess. Anyways, continue with Briar Rose. Multiple princes tried to force their way through, but got killed by thorns. One prince finally comes, saves her. Yada yada yada, all swell and dandy, but still, Briar Rose is one of the few not that gruesome ones. The Frog and the Toad is about what they base it off of is a princess dropped her ball down her well. The frog brought it back up and said, I'll give it back to you if you marry me. And she's like, yeah, sure. She gets her ball back. Why do you promise yourself to a frog, first of all? And second off, why do you randomly trust a talking frog? And then when he comes back to get for her marriage, yada yada yada. I'm pretty sure it's marriage, I'm not sure. He turns into a prince when she throws her against a wall in her room. Her father was forcing her to keep her promise and get married to a frog.
Is Ariel?
No, Ariel's hand, Kristen Anderson. That's in another video I'll make. Ooh. But anyways, that is all the things I can think of. If you want to hear more about the ones that aren't really Disney movies, like the robber bride. No wait, I just want to clue this real quick. It's a robber bridegroom. Someone betrothed their daughter to him. She goes to visit his house. Turns out they forced a girl to drink these 3 wines. They kidnapped her. It's a robber's den. Cut her up. Take all her clothes off. Just cut her up. Cook her and eat her like cannibals. Darn, my little sister's throwing up in the back. And then she hides behind the washing machine because an old cook there helps her keep alive. During which she sees a ring on the finger when they're cooking it. Cuts it off and it lands in her lap. They try to look behind her. The witch says, "We can look for it." The woman says she can look for it tomorrow. They escape in the nighttime through the beans that she laid out. Oh. And then
Happy Halloween.
When the bride came, she told the story about it and said, "It's only a dream, my love." And then said it showed the finger at the bridal party, and everyone was like, My face looks really weird this far. But anyways, that's today's video. If you want me down below, if you want to see more dark, grim stories by these two gentlemen who are now monsters. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I hope I traumatized you guys. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like and turn on the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.